the grain into Allinson wholemeal, nothing goes to waste. You get all of the goodness and all of the taste. Because now, take note, it's all in Allinson.
11 o'clock and it's time for a break.
Oh.
It's time for Cadbury's Time Out.
When you're gasping, asking for a break,
And you're juggling like a taste of Cadbury's flake. Delicious flake fingers, crispy wafer, all covered in Cadbury's milk chocolate.
that makes it time out. Just take a time out. Cadbury's Time Out.
No matter what you're doing, yeah.
Put a flake in your break.
The Cadbury's Time Out.
Many years ago, George Davis had a dream to design up-to-the-minute clothes at down-to-earth prices. George became one of the most famous names in British fashion. Then he met someone from Asda who also believed in good, honest value always. Today, George is one of the fastest-growing fashion labels, with up-to-the-minute clothes at permanently low prices. At Asda, we believe in good, honest value. We always have, and we always will. That's Asda price.
I knew Always made an ultra-thin towel, but personally at the time I was looking for a thicker towel.
Introducing a new regular towel from Always, a towel with an extra feeling of protection.
They keep me really dry and protected, and that's just what I want.
Unlike conventional towels, the Always top sheet gives you an extra feeling of protection because in the centre, between the grooves, it covers a new protection zone, drawing the liquid into the towel and keeping it there, so virtually nothing comes back.
I'm a mum, I'm a nurse, I'm always on the go, and Always gives me the protection and the security that I need in a pad.
With Always Ultra and now new regular Always, all you feel is fresh and dry.
This Sunday, the boys from Blue Watch are getting hot under the collar.
You just keep your nose out of my property, all right, Rico?
He says she's fine. Nobody's seen her out of her for weeks, and he's digging holes in his garden.
The baby is yours. You think I'd give you another man's child?
A testing time for Nick in London's Burning, Sunday at 9.
In Granada's late news, a mother fights to solve the mystery of her daughter's death, and North West Water fights for a new water ban despite the rain. That's after news at 10.
From ITN, News at 10 with Trevor McDonald.
Police tactics give crime figures a battering. Courtroom tales of a prime minister and the mafia. Bank robbed by a trader who blew $1 billion. And home sweet home for the Downing Street cab. Good evening. Official Home Office figures tomorrow will show another fall in recorded crime. Housebreaking and car theft are both down again, and so this time is violent crime. Part of the fall is being attributed to the way police forces now target and watch known criminals. The government will welcome the figures ahead of the Conservative Party conference, but Labour said today crime had doubled under the Conservatives. Here's our Home Affairs correspondent, Harry Smith.
Police in Buckinghamshire raid a house in search of stolen property, and that's just what they find. Another success for the anti-burglary squad. In Northumberland, a car crime unit targets known criminals to get the evidence it needs to convict. Police say it's targeting and better use of surveillance cameras like this which is largely responsible for the improved figures. These car thieves are about to become part of the statistics which show a drop in crime last year of between 3 and 5%. For the first time in recent years, that figure will include a decrease in violent crime, but the biggest drop is in burglary and car theft.
Targeting enables us to focus our resources at a particular target. So we've gone from using a blunderbuss approach to solving crime to using a hunting rifle.
But critics say that's a simplistic explanation for the drop in crime. They say many social factors, such as the reduction in unemployment, could influence the trend. They also question whether police still record crime in the same way. Labour says the short-term trend isn't what matters. Today, in a preemptive strike, they published figures which showed that over 16 years of Conservative rule, crime has doubled, while the number of people convicted has actually fallen.
What Michael Howard will be trying to do is to suggest that time began 2 years ago. What the public knows is that although any reduction from epidemic proportions which crime has reached is welcome, that crime is something which is an everyday danger which everybody has to live with, and they will frankly be put off very much by Michael Howard's complacency.
It's widely accepted that crude measures of recorded crime don't accurately reflect what's going on the ground. But with tomorrow's figures showing another downward trend and party conferences looming, government supporters will argue that after years of taking the blame for rising crime, ministers should now be given the credit when things are looking better. Harry Smith, News at 10 at the Home Office.
Giulio Andreotti was Prime Minister of Italy 7 times and by far his country's most prominent post-war politician. Today, sensationally, he went on trial in Palermo in Sicily, accused of using his power to help and to protect the mafia. Some charges even link him to political assassinations. Andreotti, now 76, denies it all. ITN's Harold Jones reports.
The mafia's man inside government or the victim of a vendetta. Giulio Andreotti faced his first day in court.
Potere programmare l'intervento successivo.
The most powerful man in Italian politics since Mussolini sat quietly alongside his lawyer, impassive as the legal arguments began, in a courtroom which once held the mafia's most dangerous men. Andreotti's links with those mafiosi are at the heart of this trial. Did he kiss this mafia boss of bosses, Salvatore Riina, as a mark of respect? It's just one allegation in 100,000 pages of evidence. The prosecution will try to prove Andreotti knew about political links with mobsters, tried to fix mafia trials, even sanctioned murder. It's a long way from Andreotti the statesman, friend of President Bush, confidant of President Gorbachev, one who crossed swords with Mrs. Thatcher over Europe despite the smiles.